Time for another episode, maybe a rambling. Daunt Wright shooting. Dozens arrested and fresh unrest in Minnesota. About 40 people were arrested just north of Minneapolis in a second night of unrest over the police shooting of a black man. Protesters in the city of Brooklyn attempted to fire curfew and threw objects at police, who responded with flash grenades and tear gas. Police said Dante Wright, 20, was shot and died after the officer mistook a gun for a taser during a traffic stop. That's bullcrap. The shooting came as the high-profile George Floyd murder trial continues. In a courtroom just a few miles away, ex-police officer Derek Chauvin charged with murdering an African-American man in May last year. Derek Chauvin's defense team Monday asked for jury members to be sequestered, separated from other people as they might be swayed by the latest events. The judge denied the request. The officer who shot Mr. Wright was named on Monday as Kim Potter, 48, who has worked for Brooklyn City Police for 26 years. Mr. Wright was pulled over Sunday for a traffic violation, but there was a struggle when he tried to get back to his car. After drawing her gun, apparently by mistake, the officer said, "Yeah, HS, I just shot him." What happened overnight? The curfew went into force at 19:00 midnight GMT across 4 countries with a huge law enforcement deployment. In a press briefing after midnight local time, Minnesota State Patrol Colonel Matt Langner said officers had reached out to organizers to try to keep protests peaceful, but unfortunately the organizers were able to influence the desires of the crowd. Colonel Langner said officers had been shelled pretty significantly with objects including fireworks. He said protesters have pushed away the fence of the Brooklyn Center Police Headquarters and a decision has been made to push back the crowd. There were sporadic incidents of looting in the area in other parts of Minneapolis and neighboring St. Paul. In response to the unrest, U.S. President Joe Biden said peaceful protest was understandable but added, "I want to make it clear again, there is absolutely no justification, none, for looting." Shortly before midnight, Brooklyn Center Mayor Mike Elliott said he had spoken to Dante Wright's father and will do everything to ensure justice is served. Just got the phone with Dante's father to offer my condolences. I cannot begin to imagine the pain his family is going through right now. But we agree with you for your loss. Also assure him that we do everything to ensure justice is served. Took his life for what? Barbara Plus usher approached from the scene. One side of the protest captured the mood. During the trial, it read in bright orange letters, "It's ridiculous," said the young man carrying it. "They know they have a delicate relationship with the black community right now, and they should look to be making amends, not this." City officials have said the shooting could not have happened at the worst time, with tensions high over the George Floyd case. Some protesters threw bottles and shot fireworks to police lines. They vented the rage at police officers, and riot gear stood passively. "He took his life for what?" screamed the young woman. "He was a son, he was a father, he was a black man that deserved to live." "Do you know the difference between the gun and the taser?" shouted someone else. "Heck yeah," roared the crowd, scorning the police chief's belief that the shooting was a tragic mistake. "There's no room for accidents," said one man. "The fact that we lost another young black male to a police officer." What happened to Dante Wright? Police Chief Tim Gannon believed the shooting was right to be an accidental discharge. He was stopped by the police for expired car registration plates, and they discovered an outstanding warrant on him, so tried to arrest him, said the police chief. During a news conference on Monday, he played a video from body cam of one policewoman, which shows Mr. Wright trying to get back to his car as officers handcuff him on the side of the road. Officers came near her saying, "Taser, taser, taser," no police procedure before firing one of the stun guns. Mr. Wright is seen get into his car and drive away, while the same officer admits using expletive to having shot him. Fairly wounded, Mr. Wright crashed a few streets away. It is not believed the officer meant to deploy the taser, but I shot him with a single bullet. Chief Gannon said, adding, "There's nothing I can say to lessen the pain." Dante writes on Nation Right told CNN she doesn't believe the police accounts. The obvious difference between the gun and the taser. Well, obviously. She said, "I've owned over 20,000 volt taser. They don't feel nothing like a gun." The officers have been placed on administrative leave, temporary leave with benefits and salaries still paid, of course. Mayor Elliott has said she should be fired. He will make a decision on Tuesday, but whether Chief Gannon will keep his job. How do police want to make a stick and a gun for a taser? Simple, they don't. There's a big difference between a taser and a freaking gun. If you confuse a taser with a gun, you shouldn't be a police officer. Axon, the taser manufacturer says weapons are designed to be distinguishable from handguns. A company statement reported by local media says implementing numerous features and training recommendations to reduce the possibility of these incidents occurring. This includes building taser energy weapons to look and feel different than a firearm. Different taser features include often produced and bright colors, weigh significantly less than police guns, typically have different grips, don't have a safety mechanism like guns. Almost all American police departments not issuing warrants. It's not issuing officers with tasers, according to an estimate by Reuters news agency. Police officers are typically trained to keep guns in the holster on their dominant side to avoid confusing it with the taser kept on the belt on the other side of the body. So if you're right-handed, you carry your firearms on your right side, and you carry your taser on your left. Brooklyn Center Police Chief Tim Gannon told reporters, "Mistaking is a gun for a taser is relatively rare, but it has happened before." Comprehensive nationwide figures are available. However, a law journal published in 2012 found 9 examples of police officers accidentally using a handgun instead of a taser between 2001 and 2009. Also, more recent instances of a suspect being shot instead of tasered, such as 2019 when a shoplifter was accidentally shot and seriously injured in St. Louis, Missouri. The trial of Derek Chauvin of the death of George Floyd has been underway for the city for 2 weeks now. Mr. Chauvin was found kneeling on Mr. Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes during an arrest operation in Minneapolis last May. The footage of the incident sparked global protests against racism. On Monday, Mr. Chauvin's lawyer Eric Nielsen called for jury members to be asked about Daunte Wright's shooting to determine if they have heard could affect the verdict. He repeated a call for a jury to keep separate from the public, but Judge Peter Cahill said full sequestering will only start when closing arguments began. Law enforcement officials have been embracing by possible unrest once the jury reaches a verdict. George Floyd's death sparked waves of protests around the city. Many peaceful, but some violent with hundreds of buildings damaged. Oh boy, here we go again. This is another episode of Maybe I'm Rambling. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Goodbye.